Good evening class. Yesterday we have discussed so many points and characteristics features of virus, but today we have to discuss that how the virus are generally transferred from one place to another's. Okay, so there is a several types of characters are given, but we know that the pollinations and how the pollinations are generally occurred in the different types of environment on the basis of their transmissions. Okay, so apart from that, the pollinations are generally, the causative agents are relatively similar like the transmission of virus. Okay, whatever we have studied in pollinations agent, how the pollinations are generally done, so in this virus are generally done by several types of method. The first one is by insect. We know that several types of pathogens insects are there which can generally transmit a virus from diseased plant to any healthy plants, and that is the most important. Second, by weeds. We also know that what is the meaning of weeds. Third point is by soil. Virus can be also transmitted from the soil mode, because some of the virus are generally fixing in the soil, and that time they take a very proper and strong catabolism in the soil, and when the healthy plants are generally grow on that soil, definitely virus will enter in the healthy plants. Okay, so that is also a mode. Fourth point is by contact mode. Contact mode means if the mostly the infected plant are generally rubbing with the healthy plant, that times their particles of virus are generally transferred to the another healthy plant, so that is also a causative agents of transmission of virus. Apart from that, we have seen in a seed, suppose if there is a one seed which is already affected by virus, and when you place in another way, that seed also grow and also contaminate their virus habitual in their all over the surroundings, so that is also a most important factor. Apart from that, so many times we have studied that grafting, layering and so many things in vegetative reproduction, but here grafting is a generally we have to use for grafting a very healthy plants to a several types of healthy plants, but sometimes there is a disease plant which are generally mixed with the most important disease plant. When mixed with or grafted with any healthy plants, that time their infection of virus may be transferred from that healthy plant. So that is all of the, I think, 6 points are given by which virus can be transmissions. Okay, apart from that, we have yesterday we have studied that the reproductions of virus. Okay, reproduction is the most important things, because so many times this type of questions are generally asked, how the virus are generally get reproductions and how they infect and how their capsid and nucleic acid and their proteins and the capsomere, how all are the organs are generally affect the any living host. Okay, so you will have to revise again. Now apart from that, we are going to discuss that the economic importance of virus. We know that virus has a link between the most living and chemical inert. So here we have to discuss that, because viruses generally have only some 2 to 3 economic importance, so we are going to discuss that. Used in eradication and preventions of harmful insect. In our environment there is a harmful insects are there which can also contaminate and which can also destroy our plants and crop, and many more human beings also they can creates problem, but sometimes such type of virus can be used to avoid and clear and make kill of these types of insects. Okay, so that is the important factor. And second is the controlling of caterpillar larva of white butterflies, and most of the times these types of virus are generally used to control the caterpillar of white larva to stop and avoid the crop destruction. Crop destruction को रोकने के लिए वायरस का यूज किया जाता है, because it is able to stop the caterpillar larva of white butterfly से जो larva निकलता है which is harmful for the crops, and that time the virus can be used to destroy that type of larva. Okay, so that is the two economic importance. And apart from that, we know that virus has a very low economic importance, but their disastrous factor is so many things. So apart from that, we have to discuss that harmful effect of virus. One by one we will discuss all the things, because virus can affect in plants, in animals and in human beings. Okay, so here in plants we are taking as a TMV. TMV means tobacco mosaic virus. First time it is observed in tobacco mosaic virus, and it also destroys the tobacco leaf of tobacco plants. And second, bunchy top of banana. I already told you that what is the meaning of bunchy top of banana, so you have to revise the previous topic. Leaf curl of papaya. Okay, leaf curl of papaya, it is I already told you about when we have discussed the actinomycetes and many more diseases which are related to bacteriophages. Okay, so these all are the topics are generally I told you. Now next we are going to discuss that animals. Coming to the next part, virus can also affect the animal's body. Okay, virus जो है animal body में भी बहुत affect करते हैं. Second, they can also causes food disease and mouth disease in cattle. Most of the cattle like cows, buffaloes and many more animals, and they create foot and mouth disease. उनके foot में, पैर में और mouth में बहुत सारी problems create करते हैं. That is called the virus infection. Second is poliomyelitis disease caused in rats. Several types of, and we know that poliomyelitis is a very harmful disease which creates in rats by the affection of virus. Okay, so apart from that, coming to the next point, the great and diverse affection of virus in human beings, because several types of virus are generally spreaded in our environment, and they can also create several types of disastrous things like we are facing nowadays the COVID-19. It is also a special type of virus. And here next, coming to the next part, influenza. Okay, cough and cold, smallpox, we know that it is also generally done by virus. AIDS, it is also done by virus. And second is yellow fever. These all are the diseases which are generally developed by the virus. So these all are the harmful effect for the human beings. Okay, now apart from that, we have to discuss the next topic is bacteriophage. Okay, bacteriophage is the most interesting topic of our biology, because several times virus can affect only bacteria. That times they are called as bacteriophage. Okay, most important, viruses which are parasites on bacteria are called bacteriophage. Okay, when virus attack only bacteria are called bacteriophage. It means that first of all, the bacteriophage has been discovered by Edward and D. Harrell in 1917 and 1915. Okay, so most important, there is two scientists given in your book, Edward and D. Harrell, both the sides of scientists, and the credit goes to discovery of bacteriophages only two scientists. Apart from that, the phages of bacteriophage virus is generally related to normal virus. जो bacteriophage virus का जो भी characters होते हैं, generally they combine to form resemblance to the virus. जो भी virus के characters हैं, generally इनके characters इनसे match होते हैं. Okay. Now, apart from that, coming to the next part, the location of bacteriophage. Where is the location where we can see that the bacteriophage are there? So location of bacteriophage in soil में होते हैं, sewage, we know that there is a dirty contaminated water, and drains में होते हैं जो flowing waters होते हैं, and body of animals, और भी बहुत सारे vegetables और बहुत सारे जगह पे generally bacteriophage देखने को मिलते हैं. So apart from that, take a look of after that, take a look of small diagram of bacteriophage. Then we will discuss the last part of today class, and that is viroids. Okay, so here, so this is the structure of bacteriophage. Okay, so we have completed the characteristics of bacteriophage and where is bacteriophage are generally found and who has discovered. Okay, so apart from that, I am giving you homework. Please mention a clear diagram of bacteriophage in your fair copy and send me in my personal WhatsApp. This is your homework, and write all the functions of all the figures mentioned here which I have written. Okay, and you have to write the functions of head which is found in bacteriophage. You have to write what is the function of collar in bacteriophage. You have to write the function of sheath in bacteriophage. So one by one, whatever I have mentioned in bacteriophage diagram, this is your homework. Find it and please give me in my personal WhatsApp. This is your first homework. Okay, so here we have seen the diagram of bacteriophage. Generally, here is the head part, and we have seen in a sperm that acrosomes and many more things, and same portions and same function is here, head. And second, the collar. After that, the sheath and tail fibers for their locomotions, and hexagonal base plate are there. Okay, so this is all about the bacteriophage, but it's your homework. I am repeating again. Send me exact definitions of all the parts of bacteriophage. Apart from that, we have to discuss the most important characteristics sketch of bacteriophage. So first one is that bacteriophage generally contain DNA as a genetic material. As we know that virus contain DNA and RNA as a genetic materials. So if in a plants they contain RNA, and if there is animals they contain DNA. Okay, so most important point is that bacteriophage has also a genetic material which is the DNA. DNA का genetic material होता है. Second, they can multiply within the bacterial cells. Okay, most important, they can multiply within the bacterial cell, not for others. Okay, bacterial cell के अंदर ये multiply करते हैं and they exhibit host specificity. ठीक है, ये सबसे important जो होता है ये host के लिए specific होते हैं. ठीक है, जिस host में जाएंगे ये उसी host को नुकसान पहुंचाता है. That is called the host specific. Okay, after that they are sensitive to temperature and chemicals. Okay, as we have studied in virus is also a very sensitive to chemicals, sensitive to temperature and sensitive to pressure also and humidity. Okay, same here, bacteriophage is also sensitive to temperature, chemicals. If you are increasing normal temperatures, it means that bacteriophage will be denatured. Okay, so most important point, apart from that, they have lack of metabolic activities, as we have discussed in non living properties of virus. जैसे हमने virus के non living properties में देखा था, they don't have metabolic activities. Same here, bacteriophage also lack of metabolic activities. इनमें भी metabolic activities are generally absent. Okay, so coming to the next point, we have discussed bacteriophage, then we have discussed diagram in a short way. We have discussed characteristics, features of bacteriophage. Now we have to discuss the significance of bacteriophage. Okay, what is the significance of bacteriophage? First, reproduction in bacteriophage are generally similar when we have studied in conjugation in bacteria Griffith experiment. Okay, so reproduction in bacteriophage generally same, and if you get any problem, definitely I will explain you, but I have explained in bacteria cases when we have studied that conjugations, transduction and Griffith experiment. Okay, so reproduction in bacteriophage are similar in conjugations. Now next, apart from that, significance of bacteriophage are generally, bacteria is most important part for the human beings, because bacteria are generally used for preparation of different types of medicines. But here some types of bacteria and some types of virus causes apical tumor in apple plant. Apical tumor in apple plant में बहुत सारे disease जो है ना, generally apple के पौधों को ये एक प्रकार के ट्यूमर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स तैयार करते हैं, which is the generally upper side of apical. Apical जो सबसे upper position होता है एप्पल का, that time bacteriophage are generally used to control that type of infection. उस टाइम पे bacteriophage का यूज किया जाता है जो कि apical plant के उस वेक्टर को या उस वायरस को खत्म करने का काम करता है. Okay, so that is the most important economic importance of bacteriophage. Second, used in genetic recombination in bacteria. We have also discussed genetic recombination in bacteria cases. So here genetic recombination in bacteria is generally done by bacteriophage. Okay, so apart from that, the presence in Ganga river checks the pollution. If the bacteriophage are generally found in Ganga region, definitely it shows their pollution substance. Okay, so generally it is used as a pollution indicator in Ganga river. Most important, so many times questions ask that which type of generally bacteriophage are generally used for checking the pollution in Ganga river. So it is your homework, which type of bacteriophage are generally used to find the pollutions in Ganga river. Okay, Ganga river. Now next, it shows harmful effect on bacteria. Several times some of the bacteria are most harmful for the human beings, and that time bacteriophage can kill such type of bacteria and saves us. Okay, so it is also economic importance of bacteriophage. Okay, apart from that, this is the last topic of your 5th chapter of fungi. Now we are going to discuss that the viroids. After the virus, bacteriophage, we are going to discuss the viroids. Okay, what is the meaning of viroids? First of all, viroids, when 1970 before, there was a confusion about that. Virus considered as the smallest infection agent. 1970 तक बहुत सारे साइंटिस्टों के मन में ये कंफ्यूजन था कि वायरस इज द स्मॉलेस्ट infections agent, but later on the virus came into the existence. लेकिन वायरस आया और वायरॉइड्स आए तब उन्होंने बताया कि they are the smallest agents. वो smallest agents है, ना कि वायरस है. So viroids is a very dangerous things, and first of all the viroids has been discovered by Theo Diener and W. Raymer. Okay, W. Raymer discovered the first time the viroids in the plant pathogen. सबसे पहले इन्होंने जो viroids को खोजा वो plant में सबसे पहले इन्होंने discover किया था. Okay, the first important point, which plant he has discovered the viroids? The first is that PSTB, potato spindle tuber virus, potato spindle. It means that if there is a potato, several types of spindle-like tubers are generally appear on the surface of potato plant, that is called the viroids, and generally viroids are the plant pathogens. Most important, I am repeating again, viroids are the plant pathogens. Okay, so first of all, the plant pathogens has been discovered in the potato disease, and ठीक है, सबसे पहले जो vegetables थे उसमें सबसे पहले plant इसमें देखा गया viroids को, and after that they have also possessed different types of characteristics features of viroids. अब जैसे वायरस का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स प्रॉपर्टी है, बैक्टीरियोफेज का है, वैसे वायरॉइड्स के भी खुद के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स प्रॉपर्टीज है. ओके, सो लेट्स डिस्कस वन बाय वन. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, दे आर वेरी हार्मफुल फॉर प्लांट पैथोजन. सबसे ज्यादा अगर हार्मफुल होते हैं तो ये प्लांट पैथोजन्स के लिए होते हैं. जनरली viroid particles are not detected in the diseased tissue. If you are collecting the any diseased tissue, that time you are unable to find out the viroids because they are very smallest in nature and may be naked. Okay, very smallest in nature comparison than virus. Okay, so apart from that, they are called naked virus. Most important, sometimes viroids are called naked virus or called metavirus. Okay, so most important and interesting thing is that viroids are also considered as naked virus and metavirus. Okay, you have to focus that. After that we are going to discuss that structure of viroids, how the viroids are generally look. So structures of viroids are generally circular or maybe linear single stranded RNA as genetic materials are found. ठीक है, या तो सर्कुलर होते हैं या तो इनमें सिंगल लीनियर stranded of RNA as a genetic materials are found in viroids. Okay, in bacteriophage we have seen the DNA as double stranded. Here the single stranded of RNA is found as a genetic materials. Okay, so apart from that, this is all about your fifth chapter of fungi. In next day we will start a sixth chapter. After completing of this video, I am giving you a third homework, and homework is that this is your question number third, and you have to give me answer. Write 3 most important difference between virus and viroids. Okay, so this is your third homework. Write down 3 difference between virus and viroids. Okay, because they both are generally different in nature. It is more complex and more harmful comparison than viroids, and it is also considered as a very dangerous part, and it is also considered as a very dangerous part. It affect on both plants and animals, and it affect only in plant pathogens. So give me a 3 difference of virus and viroids. Till then, whatever I have taught you, you all have to revise very carefully. Okay, thank you students.